The AWO stands with Simu Liu on his stance about the movie he's starring in, Shang-Chi, that comes out September 3rd in theaters only. I stand with him. I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with Simu Liu that his movie is not an experiment, and it shouldn't be viewed as an experiment, but it is an experiment. It's 100% confirmed as an experiment. It's an experiment Disney is trying to test the waters with. Now, because their premiere access is No Say Jungle Cruise was the last movie to have premiere access. Let's go back to My Beautiful Face. They Aaron Moore's Aaron's face, my face. Yeah. So okay, if you don't know the whole story about this, Disney is done with the premiere access thing. Done. No more premiere access. You don't have to pay $30 along on top of the subscriptions you have with the streaming service. That's completely over with. So September 3rd, Marvel's next movie in the phase in the 2021 after Black Widow is coming out. Shang-Chi, and yes, it's been confirmed it takes post-snap Thanos, so this takes place after Endgame. But that's not the point. The point is, I agree with this actor Simu Liu. If you don't know him, you know him as if you're watching this, you know him now. He's going to be playing Shang-Chi. But if you know him before that, you know he's on a show called Kim Convenience. Let me find it. A little comedic sitcom that takes place in Canada, in Toronto, about a Korean family, the owners of the family. Immigrants in a Korean, a typical, a convenient restaurant, a convenient store owned by immigrants from Korea who started a family, who have a family, and it's basically a family-run business. Here's the, I'm gonna find them. It's funny too, man. It's a good show. If you haven't heard it, it's a good show. It's very funny. Let me go find. Here we go. So this is Kim Convenience. You see on the far left, that's Simu Liu. That's how he got started. And if you're a Star Wars fan, beside him, yep, he was a Mandalorian. That's the same part of the Rebels. Mandalorian season 2. So that's how I first heard of the actor Simu Liu. And now, since Kim Convenience is so highly popular, so well received, not just among Canada, but among the States and probably other countries. In 2019, we got Simu Liu's cast as Shang-Chi. And yes, the Mandalorian is going to be Shang-Chi, but that's not the point. That's not the point, right? Here's the thing. It is an experiment. This is an experiment. I agree with him. I honestly, he's angry. And he doesn't have the clout like some of the other Disney MCU actors because he's still considered up and comer, right? He's not in the league of the celebrities. He's not even close to Robert Downey, Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson. He's not there yet, but he's on his way, right? This is his first breakout role. I mean, Kim Convenience's breakout role. It's just help him get more roles in the future. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Some of you some of you Disney or at Marvel Studios watch Kim Convenience. Really like the show and really like the actors. Or Disney, probably Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm, so Disney overall, because they got two actors working for Disney, right from Mandalorian and for this. But let's get to the point here. The reason this is an experiment, and I understand why this is not be an experiment. This is not an experiment. But he's saying it is an experiment. But the reason why it is an experiment. It is an experiment. Because September 3rd, just before Labor Day, is it the first Disney movie that's not going to be on Premier Access. Black Widow did overall very good though for what it could possibly do, right? I saw on Premier Access, but this is the first time that Disney is not going to have their almost first time. First, I think might be the first big blockbuster movie, MCU movie that the Disney is not going to have Premier Access, so you don't have to pay $30. It's a test. Well, people go to the theaters to see it. And that's the only way they could possibly see it, unless they pirate it. I suggest you don't pirate it or don't watch it legally on the computer. But people are afraid right now. Like the pandemic is still raging on. It's still going on. Who knows what it'll be like in 3-4 weeks? I know this week is when some people are going to say the movie and give their I guess critically opinion on the movie, right? And say what they can say, what they're legally allowed to say when because they obviously an embargo, right? There's an embargo on. So it's a test. Look. Suicide Squad. Okay, there's some people who say okay. I think people are overreacting to it. And Free Guys did $2 million better in the box office. Okay, here's the thing. It's projected 70% drop in Suicide Squad. What's Free Guys? Here's the thing. Here's the difference between those two movies. Yes, Suicide Squad was rated R, so kids technically couldn't see it in the theaters, but the parents see kids rated R movies, so all the time. I've been in rated R movies where kids are in, so take that out of the equation. So Suicide Squad was the second most successful on HBO from whatever behind Mortal Kombat. I guarantee you, if Suicide Squad was not on HBO Max, it would have made more than and then Free Guy if it was only in theaters. One of the reasons I do agree had bad marketing, but I think the other reason is the pandemic. Cases are going up, especially in the States, and people are afraid to go to theaters. Where the difference between these two movies, Free Guy, you have no choice but to watch it in the theaters unless you pirate. Suicide Squad, a lot of people pirate it because a lot of people watching HBO Max are too afraid to go to theaters, and some people to go to theaters. There's a lot of different reasons why Suicide Squad didn't do as good as what people hoped, and that's why Free Guy did a little better. But Free Guy, you had no choice but to see it in the theaters if you didn't watch it illegally. Suicide Squad, you could watch it on HBO Max. People forget that. People forget the pandemic played a part in it. People are too afraid to go outside to watch a movie that they can watch on demand, okay? If they can watch it on demand, they're not going to go to the theater. Where a movie you have no choice to see in the theater, they'll go to the theater. And plus, you have Ryan Reynolds. But with this is going to be the actual test. This will prove, like this will prove MCU, guys. This will prove if this format will work. It is an experiment. And will people go? Here's my worry. Kids are getting more sick now. And we're starting to hear about kids getting sick even more. Our families are going to be willing to take their kids to see this movie when the kids are in school already, and especially the States. In the States, they already start schools in some areas, right? Some counties or wherever. Right? What's going to happen? There's already been cases of schools having to close down. Are kids going to really take are parents really going to take their kids to see this movie? Because the kids cases are going up now. A lot. It's a worrying thing. That's why it is an experiment. See, if this has a chance to fail. This has a big chance to fail. I know somebody said on a stream last night on Max's stream that I read on the they started tracking to make 30 to 35 million. I don't know, maybe, but it should be making more, right? 30 to 35 million it should be making more if it's an MCU movie opening weekend, right? Maybe word of mouth will come out from this week of people who have seen it, and maybe it'll get more traction. But it is a huge experiment. And let's remember, I understand why Simu Liu probably doesn't mind it being on Premier Access because he probably knows what's going on in the situation in the States, especially. He thinks people doesn't want to say it is a clear experiment. Like look, Bob Chapek, in general. Ever since he became the new CEO of Disney has been going on down like there's been some questionable stuff going on. Him and Bob Iger, who's leaving, it seems like they don't get along. Chapek's making these decisions about Premier Access, these boneheaded decisions, and from what we could tell, it looks like there's a lot of dysfunction now in Disney with Bob Chapek as the CEO. There's a lot of, and this is gonna be his test. This is his experiment. And we'll see. He gets the final say. Look, Marvel Studios makes all his MCU movies, but Bob Chapek, CEO of Disney, gets the final say when this movie has to be released. For Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, he has the final say because he is the CEO. And I understand why he's frustrated, Simu Liu, because he doesn't want people to get because the times is in. But MCU does have a schedule. Marvel does have a schedule. And they kind of got the schedule's been rearranged over the year because of the pandemic. They had to kind of change it around. But yes. So this is an experiment. We'll see how it does. I understand his frustration in Liu. I like him. I love the trailers. I think it'll be a fine movie. Like it's the Shang-Chi takes place after Endgame, so it's during it's Phase 4. We'll see. Mandalorian's in. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how well it does, man. Today's the 16th. September 3rd, a Friday comes out just before Labor Day, and we'll give it. It's a test. It's an experiment. We'll see how it does opening weekend, and if the experiment works, Eternals will stay November because Eternals has been confirmed to stay on their date. If it doesn't work, Eternals might be moved. And so, if we put it this way, this is a spirit for both movies. One does affect the other. It's kind of a domino effect, a small domino effect. I'm just saying. If it's not successful with Shang-Chi, I think Eternals might move. But Eternals is November. It will depend on this pandemic situation where we are in a pandemic. But if things are not better in November, I think Eternals move, and that might. I think the TV Disney Plus shows are safe, but that might Eternals. I don't know how they'll affect Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is March, so that might be safe for now. We'll see how the situation is January and February. But I understand why he says not experiment because he doesn't want it to be an experiment, right? He doesn't want it to be an experiment. I agree. He doesn't want it to be an experiment. But so yeah, tell me your comments down below. The AWO demands them to comment down below. What do you think? What do you think? Is it an experiment or is it not an experiment? Do you think if it is an experiment, do you think it'll be successful? And if it's not successful, what do you think it means for Eternals in November? So with that, I'm gonna just before I go, this is how I feel.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
So too sweet. So what do? Follow my Twitter account, subscribe, like, comment, and tell your friends about the AWO. Join the AWO, the Air and World Order. AW is out.